Welcome back to AlphaCars and Motorcycles. My name is Ian, and today I've got this brand new 2023 Royal Enfield Himalayan to show you, specifically the Barkbuster Storm Handguards. Now this Himalayan we kitted out with all the latest and greatest accessories we have to offer on our online store, so it's really ready to go for any sort of adventure or type of riding you want to do. But as I said, this video we're going to be touching on and going over these Barkbuster Storm Handguards, so let's get into it. So first, you may be asking, what are the advantages of having these handguards if you've never used these before? Well, if you drop the bike, if it fell over, it will protect your levers, it will protect your bars. When you're riding off-road, it will protect your hands from brush and the like. And especially too, if you ride in the colder climates, it does keep the wind and like rain off of your hands if you're riding in those conditions. And especially too, if you have heated grips like this bike does, it really just allows them to work more efficiently because you don't have that blistering cold wind just taking the heat right out of your hands. And now talking about the fitment, these fit all Euro models and the Himalayan and Scram. A note though, they do mount internally on the ends of the handlebars. So if you have any accessories that use like internal wiring on the handlebars, it won't work with those because it's going to take up that room. And a note too, on the Himalayan specifically, on the 2022s and up, with how the windshield is designed, at full steering lock, it is possible that this handguard may contact the windscreen. So we just have a little installation tip for you. Before you install and put together these handguards, the aluminum frame, you just need to carefully kind of bend that, put it in a vise, in a way where you're not going to scratch it. And you just want to bend it in a little bit. So then when you install them, you can fine tune it. As we can see here, the clearance is great with the master cylinder and the clutch cable. But so then when you turn your bars at full lock, we can see the clearance, really the perfect amount of clearance. It's just a very small tweak you have to make. So I just wanted to highlight that because I would hate to have you purchase a set of these, install them on your 22 model year or up Himalayan, and then have these have a couple of interference issues. But we can even see too the clearance with the levers. It's almost like it was meant to be for this Himalayan with the dimensions. Same thing with our clutch lever. We can see all the room, and we can see it lines up perfectly at the same height as the levers. So as I said, it's going to protect your levers from bending or possibly breaking if you did unfortunately drop the bike. So now let's take a look at how they are disassembled right as you get them out of the package. Now with all the parts laid out, let's take a closer look. This is everything you get out of the package. So let's start by just going over some of the many components you get with these Barkbuster Storm handguards. So we have the wind deflectors here, which aid in keeping brush and kind of also deflecting the wind off of your hands. We have the frames here, the main frames, and some of the associated hardware. This is what attaches the frame to the handlebar. And we have a couple different options here depending on your handlebars, like the grip clearance you need. That's what this little spacers here is for. But the usual way they go together is you would use this piece right here, and you take your bracket, slide your big bolt through there, and we can see the end of this fits perfectly right into our bracket here. And then we'd screw on our little tightening piece that once you tighten that, it'll start to bend these tabs out and grip the inside of the handlebars. So this piece connects to our frame here. And there are two locations depending on the clearance you need. So we can see that's the outer hole and that's the inner hole. And then to secure that, you would use the included Allen bolt that already has a red Loctite on it. So that's very nice of Barkbuster to already have that thread locker on that bolt for us. And now mounting our deflectors to the frame itself, this front mounting point right here, that secures to this small hole here, and that you would use this Phillips head screw. So that will just go through right here and then bite into this hole drilled already in our frame. And then if we take a look at the back side, we can see there's these couple of threaded areas. This inner one is not used in this application. We'd use these outer ones. And if we lay our frame in here, you can see how nice of a fit that is. We would use this bracket, which would go over our frame, clamping it in, and then using, you know, these couple of included screws. So that is a very kind of quick and vague rundown on kind of how they go together. It does have a nice schematic included. So if I grab that quick to show you, you can see it has very nice schematic, explains everything of why you maybe need to use these other adapters. But I figured I'd just show you real quick of just kind of how everything kind of goes together. And then another note on if you have a 2022 Himalayan or up, what you would do when I mentioned earlier about bending this mounting frame. So obviously this is going to be in here and this going into the end of your handlebar. So what you need to do is this portion, bend this in like this. So giving it, you know, a more harsh angle, and then just bending it in like about an inch, not much at all. So that's where you need to clamp this, you know, in a vise, like softly with a rag or something, so you don't scratch it if you care about the finish. But that's just a quick note, just more explanation on that, so you make sure to clear your the edge of your windscreen on your Himalayan. So now that we are more familiar with these parts, let's check out where we can get them from. Here's the listing on our AlphaCars online store. You'll find it's very easy to navigate with its straightforward layout. We have current pricing, this being accurate at the time of filming, and just below that we have reviews people have left, so we can check those out to see what other people have to say. Now, just below that we have the option to show the full cost with installation here at AlphaCars. All I have to do is check this box and it adds in the labor cost to have these handguards installed on your machine. So this is a very convenient and time-saving feature when trying to calculate all the costs involved with buying a particular product, and little to no other online retailers offer this function. Now moving on to the photo gallery, we can see a nice detailed set of photos, so we can see what we get in the kit as well as it installed on a machine here, this being a Himalayan, and then here on a Ural. So that's all very cool and very helpful. And now moving below there, we have a detailed description which highlights the product's features, specifications, vehicle fitment notes, and any installation instructions that are available. So now that you're familiar with the product and where to get it, I'll give some final comments. Thank you for watching this video. I hope we got the point across on really why handguards are such a good idea on any really adventure motorcycle, and going over some of the installation tips on a newer Himalayan. So don't forget to show your support, leave a like on this video, consider subscribing, then you'll stay in the loop of all the latest and greatest cars, bikes, and accessories we have to offer here at AlphaCars. So this has been Ian reporting from our Boxborough showroom, and I wish you a great rest of your day.